for me because I talk a lot, often too much. And one of the ways to convey charisma to people is to really be interested in what they're talking and absorbing in. And like I said earlier about remembering people's names and using it in your conversation. Yeah, it's totally awesome, Steve. I really like it. And you pat them on the shoulders. Yeah, Steve, that's really great. Really interact with the people when you're communicating with them. Obviously smile, portray a happy aura, and possess excellent physiology. I mean, you want to hang out with the dude who's like sitting like this, or maybe you do want to hang out with the dude who's so relaxed like this, but or the dude who who's like really attentive. You can really tell just by someone's body posture, how they're into it they are, and how likable sometimes some people even are if they're slouched over. It's just really not that great. And mirroring when you're hanging out with people. I don't know if Harlan talked about this stuff, but just copying their exact body movements. And I know people are kind of weird, think like, oh, someone's going to think I'm a weirdo doing this. They don't. And people tend to like those that are like them. So if you're starting to make someone really, really comfortable, you're using their name, you're really absorbing things, and then you're subtly copying them, it's amazing how in rapport you can actually get with them and how easily it is to influence them, because now they're really starting to like it. I'm like, God, this guy's really cool, man. I really like this guy. And last, the thing that I would like for you all to do is everyone should have a couple stories or jokes in their back pocket to tell. Just people really enjoy hearing stories a lot. So I encourage you all to go home this weekend or whatever and make sure you have some stories to tell. Make an effort to go out and just tell some stories, whether it's in your marketing or just to a family member, to your daughter's son. Just try to do that, because once you get in the habit of doing that, it just gets easier and easier and easier, and people learn through stories a lot more. All right, curiosity, the third C here. I think of all the gurus and stuff I know, and the people who've made a lot of money, they are insanely curious. They're like instantly view source. I want to see exactly what is going on here. I want to know what Frank is doing, what he's saying, and at an insanely high level. Everyone's somewhat curious. The ones that I found make the most money cannot survive unless they know the answers, and they'll do anything to find those answers, and they're just constantly digging and digging in the curious stuff. Let me see if I have any notes on curiosity here. So that one thing I'd like for you to think about your opt-in page. Most of you all have a squeeze page or an opt-in page. How much curiosity does it have on a level of 1 to 10 on there? How much are you making somebody really, really, really want to put their name and email address? Do you think it's enough? I bet you majority out there could probably boost up the curiosity in some way that would encourage people to want to opt in. And think about shows like Lost in 24. Are you guys going nuts when the freaking commercial comes? Or the end of the show and you have to wait till next week? Thank God for TiVo and stuff like that, so you can just breeze through it and watch the next episode right away. I've watched, and I purposely didn't watch 24 for years and years just because I knew it was good. And I knew I'd be sucked into it. Sure enough, my girlfriend gets me to watch the first season, and I'm screwed. All weekend long, I watched the whole first season. I couldn't leave. I was just so intent on watching it, I just couldn't get away. I was that curious. So, think of this here. If that was your opt-in page, if Mr. Furley slept with Madonna, Aunt B, or your wife, how curious are you to put your email address in there? So obviously a very facetious example, but I want you to think about that when you're making your opt-in page, because curiosity is probably one of the biggest driving motives that people have to buy stuff. In fact, think about it. Remember when Frank promoted Serializer? You guys all remember that? Some of you remember? Frank, you didn't even tell them what Serializer was, did you? Yeah. He didn't. He basically just showed the money proof and created a shitload of curiosity. And that thing sold out in record time. It was unbelievable what curiosity will do when combined with all these other C's. Competition. Gary Vaynerchuk, he's the Wine Library TV guy. He goes nuts about beating you at Hungry Hippos. I think that very successful people are extremely competitive, whether it's in your business or whether you're playing craps or anything. When me and Frank are playing Call of Duty, we are intently trying to shove grenades up each other's ass. I mean, we are freaking out trying to beat. When Jeff Walker comes, any of us, we are all like, it is our mission to destroy the other person. I think more than anything, competition is a really great thing. And a lot of times, a lot of marketers are afraid of their competition, or they really look at it from they look at their competition negatively, and I think that's a really bad thing. And so, the first person to hit me with a paper airplane gets a pink egg from Frank, by the way. So we might need a judge out here to actually figure that out. So I want to ask you too, like, do you? It has to be an airplane, not a ball. It's an airplane.
It's an airplane.
That's a good job. Go get $100 from Frank. You can throw airplanes for the rest of the event if you like, too. So.